Sciences, and the chair of the organizing committee for this event. And therefore it falls to me to welcome you all very warmly to this 3-day-long Egenis Fest. And it is an immense pleasure and a real delight to see you all here. In fact, I can't quite believe I'm standing in front of such an audience. It's full of absolutely brilliant colleagues and wonderful friends gathered in one space for this very special occasion. I and the whole Egenis community are immensely grateful for your efforts that you made to come along and to celebrate with us. And we very much look forward to 3 days full of intellectual stimulation, and as full of that as they are of friendship, appreciation, and gratitude for the ties that bind us. Before introducing the program of the conference and today's theme, I want to take some moments to thank the wonderful colleagues and sponsors who have made this week possible through support and hard work. First of all, the University of Exeter, and particularly the Faculty of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, and the Department of Social and Political Sciences, Philosophy and Anthropology, for providing a core funding that made our meeting today into a reality. Secondly, I really want to thank the external speakers who are not only contributing their time, their ingenuity, but also their financial support by offering, or rather being gently volunteered into paying for their own travel. And this was really important because it made it possible for us to invite such an illustrious group of people and to actually get together in this room today. Third, I want to, of course, thank my Egenis colleagues who pulled together in all sorts of ways in setting up the program, the website, the poster session, the reception, and various, as you can imagine, logistical challenges that arose along the way. And this would be Adrian Curry, Adam Toon, Stefan Göttinger, Celso Neto, and of course, John Dupre, who are members of the committee. But also, we had so much help from all of our other colleagues in Egenis and our fantastic research fellows, alumni, and PhD students, who are also helping us with various logistical aspects of these meetings. So I really want to thank them also. Rose Traps, who are resident kind of expert in helping us to deal with technical systems. And I'm sorry that she's always in that position, but actually we're extremely grateful for that. Alice Jones, George Newman, and Tyler Pridemore and Rob Ivinson. Last but not least, I want to thank our administrators for their foundational work in getting us all here today. Alfija Dirmokasheva has done sterling work in organizing logistics around speakers' travel, accommodation, and requests. Many of you, of course, have met her at least online and benefited from her skills and help over the past few weeks. So Alfija, I would like to thank you for all your work for this. And then, of course, I don't particularly need to introduce this one person. This is going to be the one person all of you know pretty well, which is Chi Wong, the Egenis administrator these past 10 years or so, who is a true pillar of our community, as she has demonstrated yet again in this occasion. Without her, nothing, really nothing, would get done in our building or in the center at all. We are immensely grateful for all the hard work that she has put not only in this conference, but countless others in the past, which are so many and so diverse. And also she's been just the reference point for our activities, the staff, the students, the visitors. It takes a village to make all of those things happen, for sure. But without a central figure to hold it together and provide support and advice as needed, the village would quickly disperse. So thank you, Chi, for everything. And let me just thank you for all the work you've done. All right, so now on to the program and what awaits us for the coming days. Tonight, first of all, after we close the proceedings for the day, we will be taking a little stroll down to Burn House, which is the institutional house of Egenis. It's about 5 minutes walk from here for those of you who haven't been. And we're going to enjoy one reception at the, and we hope that as many of you as possible will be able, of course, to join us there. The reception will last maybe around an hour or so until 7:30, after which you're all free to, of course, make your own plans for dinner. And we're very happy as members of Egenis, anybody who's local, to help you to organize that and advise where you can possibly go. Tomorrow, we will be entering the broad territory of research carried out over the past 22 years at Egenis, with the help of many of its protagonists, who will reflect on where we have been, where we stand today as a result, and what are the lessons learned for interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary studies of the life sciences. On Friday, we will be looking ahead towards the future and reflect on the continuing significance of carrying out interdisciplinary research on and with the life sciences. And also, we're going to try and provide some exemplars from such a research from each of our 4 thematic strands in Egenis: health and illness, data and AI, mind and culture, and biology and environment. It will be an opportunity for us to look into the new steps, on the next steps, to exchange ideas about plans and exciting developments, and to inaugurate the next phase of work for Egenis. So now let's come to today. As you know, we will start our proceedings with a focus on John Dupre's contributions today. And it is only fitting that this celebration of what is now the Exeter Center for the Study of the Life Sciences and used to be the ESRC Center for Genomics in Society should commence with a day dedicated to the person who made it all happen and held it together for the last 2 decades, with a unique combination of ingenuity, kindness, wit, generosity, dedication, and last but certainly not least, groundbreaking scholarship and engagement with society at large. In celebrating the work of John Dupre today, we're also celebrating a great chunk of the contributions that Egenis has made to the study of the life sciences over the course of his existence, whether they were directly linked to John's work, inspired by it, or in turn, providing inspiration for his views. Now, I first encountered John's work when I was an undergraduate student, taking one of my first philosophy modules at UCL under the watchful eye of Azok Chang, sitting right there, and his then colleagues in the STS department. And I was convinced that I would, of course, dedicate my studies to the philosophy of physics. What else would I possibly do? Reading John's Disorder of Things changed my views and preferences quite radically. All of a sudden, I could not imagine how there could be anything more fascinating and attuned to my own pluralistic and rather dappled perception of the world than the study of the life sciences. When I was given the opportunity to join Egenis several years later, in 2008, I could not have been more delighted. I expected that working with John may prove to be life-changing for me, and certainly, so it has been well beyond my already high expectations. I will not try and summarize John's achievements in this introduction. There are many world-leading scholars here who are infinitely better qualified than me for that job, and we shall hear from them very shortly. What I do want to stress, however, is precisely this fact. In this room, there is only a small fraction of the multitude of colleagues and students with which John has interacted over the years and touched with his insight and his humanity. And this is quite a room. A room like this gives testament to John's many phenomenal abilities. I will just now list a few of those. First of all, his skill in capturing foundational philosophical insights by delving deeply into the practice of the contemporary life sciences. His ability to link scientific challenges and developments to broader debates in epistemology and metaphysics, taking new directions that have reframed debate in the philosophy of biology, the philosophy of science, as well as general philosophy and particularly metaphysics. The enormous diversity of biological domains with which John has managed to seriously engage over the years, which include evolutionary theory, taxonomy, developmental biology, systems biology, synthetic biology, microbiology, plant science, biomedicine, and of course, genomics. His ability to instigate and remain in regular dialogue and frequent collaboration with several practicing biologists, as well as historians, sociologists, anthropologists, geographers, metaphysicians, and so on and so forth. His generosity and thoughtfulness as a mentor and as a teacher, and his tireless leadership of our field, exemplified, of course, by his service to the Philosophy of Science Association, but also the British Society for the Philosophy of Science, the International Society for the History, Philosophy, and Social Studies of Biology, and so on and so forth. His commitment to bringing social concerns into philosophy of science, and to do that in a way that is both empirically informed and normatively charged, as clearly highlighted by his work on science and values. His quest for philosophers of science to take a critical stance on the role and implications of research in society, a responsibility which he has exemplified through his own work and in relation to a variety of urgent issues. It is, of course, one thing to conceive of a philosophy of science that is congenial to the concerns of working biologists, STS scholars, and other social scientists and historians of biology. It is quite another to create and foster an institution that embodies and nurtures robust bridges between disciplines, ideas, and people. It is thanks to John that several interdisciplinary-minded and socially engaged students of the life sciences, including me and quite a few other people in this room, have found a welcoming home and a lively and continuously inspiring and supportive community in Exeter and many other parts of the globe. One would imagine that such a collaborative, inclusive approach may stumble upon some interdisciplinary conflicts, vehement disagreement, institutional obstacles, and in fact, in working with John, I have certainly witnessed those arise. But John's particular brand of optimism, combined with his amazing ability to listen to others with an open mind, gracefully and constructively navigate complex social interactions, and always come up with the right joke at the right time, have clearly won the day. I'm going to leave it at this. I definitely don't want to take more time from our amazing speakers today, but I want to end again by welcoming you to Exeter and to our celebration, and leaving the floor to Azok Chang, the House Rising Professor for the History and Philosophy of Science at the University of Cambridge, for his intervention. Thank you.